at any time of day. The general store on 24 is located on Route 24 in Lewis.
Headlines you can't get through your day without. On Power 101.7.
All right, a lot of stuff going on Monday morning. Jess, what you got?
All right, here we go. So at least 5 people were killed and more than 40 injured yesterday when an SUV plowed through barricades and sped through a Christmas parade in Wisconsin. Among those hit by the SUV was a group of young dancers and a dancing grannies club. Police Chief Dan Thompson said that a person of interest was in custody but gave no details about the person or about a possible motive. A police officer did fire his gun to try to stop the vehicle, but Thompson said that he didn't know if the driver was hit. No bystanders were injured by the gunfire. The Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Call tweeted and said, who or what took place in Waukesha today is sickening, and I have every confidence that those responsible will be brought to justice. The parade, which was held annually on the Sunday before Thanksgiving, was returning after being canceled last year due to the pandemic.
Wow.
The Waukesha Christmas Parade was taking place when a red SUV drove through the barricades westbound, heading down Main Street.
Can you speak up, please?
Yes, I can. The vehicle struck more than 20 individuals. Some of the individuals were children, and there were some fatalities as a result of this incident. We will not be releasing information on the fatalities at this time while we are working on notifying the family members of the deceased. An officer did discharge his weapon at the suspect vehicle to try to stop the vehicle. No bystanders were injured as a result of the weapon discharge. The officer involved has been with the department for 6.5 years. Victims were transferred by Waukesha Fire Department to the hospital. Chief Howard will speak on that. Police officers also transferred victims to the hospital, and family members also transferred victims from the scene to the hospital. We're no longer looking for a suspect vehicle. We do have a person of interest in custody at the moment, but this is still a very fluid investigation. I was present at this tragic event and saw firsthand the resiliency as a community coming together.
That, of course, was authorities, their update on the Christmas parade incident from ABC News. But
It's terrible.
if you see the video, I mean, it's just, something you've never seen before. It's just crazy.
I didn't see that. Any of the video.
Wow. Well, we'll definitely keep you up to date on the situation.
Sad. Yep. So also closing arguments are scheduled for today in the Georgia murder trial of 3 white men charged in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, a 25-year-old black man who they saw running in their neighborhood. Greg McMichael and his son Travis McMichael grabbed guns and began chasing Arbery in their pickup truck, and they were joined by a neighbor. His name is William Roddy Bryan, who followed in his pickup truck and recorded Travis McMichael fatally shooting Arbery as they cornered the man, and they were throwing punches and grabbed for McMichael's shotgun. McMichael claimed self-defense during the testimony last week. The men claimed that they suspected that Arbery had burglarized a house under construction. However, there's no evidence that he committed any crimes. Also, about 80 people ransacked a Nordstrom's department store in Walnut Creek, California on Saturday night, stealing merchandise, assaulting 2 employees before escaping in large numbers of different cars waiting outside that they did arrive in. Some of those involved in the San Francisco Bay Area incident. Police are calling this a clearly planned event, wearing ski masks and carrying crowbars. Most of them got away. Only 3 people were arrested. Police said in a statement yesterday that they are now reviewing all the surveillance footage to try to identify any other suspects.
Hold on a minute. 80 people ransacked the Nordstrom.
I can't even imagine.
Now, look, obviously not the ski masks and the crowbars and all that, but
it's a planned event.
When you first said
rush into the store.
When you said 80 people ransacked the Nordstrom, I was like, Jess.
I know.
Is this Jessica's Black Friday shopping?
No. I know. I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, what kind of sale did they have?
Right.
And then I kept going on and on and on, and I'm like, oh, snap. They assaulted employees, went in there with crowbars, ski masks.
Was it like a disgruntled employee? Somebody got fired?
I don't know.
Wow.
80 people.
Real quick, I don't know if you had this story next or not, but Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
I knew. I said this to myself, and I didn't say it on the air because I didn't want to get all political and all this stuff.
What?
But I thought I saw somebody say it online, and I was like, yep, absolutely going to happen. If he's found not guilty, he's going to end up on Fox News this afternoon or this evening.
That quick.
But Fox News. I knew it. Like I said it to myself. First big interview, Fox News. I knew it. And sure enough,
Sure.
Fox News later on with Tucker Carlson later on that night. I mean, it's
night.
Yeah, or either that night or the next
Yeah.
night. So it's like clockwork. It's like clockwork.
This case has nothing to do with race. It never had anything to do with race. It had to do with the right to self-defense.
Right.
I'm not a racist person. I support the BLM movement. I support peacefully demonstrating. And I believe there needs to be change. I believe there's a lot of prosecutorial misconduct, not just in my case, but in other cases. And it's just amazing to see how much a prosecutor can take advantage of somebody.
That was a clip from his interview with Tucker Carlson on Fox News. But when he was found innocent, I knew. I just said to myself, yeah, he'll be on Fox later.
That's crazy.
Like clockwork.
Wow.
He says in a new interview that he's not a racist person. He supports Black Lives Matter. The 18-year-old was acquitted Friday on murder and other charges for killing 2 men and injuring a third who, like him, were white during unrest in Kenosha, Wisconsin in August of 2020 after the police shooting of black man Jacob Blake. During an interview, apparently it airs tonight, the whole thing, but they recorded it, and that was a clip.
Wow.
Rittenhouse says, I'm not a racist person. I support the BLM movement. I support peacefully demonstrating. He said in other excerpts released by Fox, this case has nothing to do with race. It never had anything to do with race. It had to do with the right to self-defense. That's what he says. So.
Now, some things after he was found not guilty, they started putting out more details of the case that they say that we were not able to see or like find out. And it was cleared up in court where he was there in that area visiting his father. I guess his father lives there. And that he did not leave his home with the weapon and it wasn't loaded and he didn't cross state lines. That the weapon was there in Kenosha.
Stop it.
And that he was legally allowed to have that weapon. It wasn't like illegally bought or, you know, nothing illegal was done apparently for him to get the weapon.
So just to show off his legal right,
cross state lines. He didn't leave his home with a loaded weapon.
it was waiting there for him.
And his
Somebody put it in the bush for him.
lived, you know, in Kenosha.
So when he got
and
there,
that's where
he went
got
behind the bush.
weapon, and you know that's why he was there in the area, just to clear up some questions that people had.
Well, me personally, this is just me.
Yeah.
Whether it was there or not, he still walked around with it.
Oh no, I still think
that's my thing.
I still
he
think
still
that
was
he
walking
like,
around with a gun
careless
for what?
and irresponsible, and like was like doing something he shouldn't have been doing.
You know, that's the one thing that like gets on my nerves when people say, "Oh, why are you doing something so reckless?" Because I can. Because it's in my legal right. It's my right. Because I can.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You know,
I don't hear that and say, "Oh yeah, not guilty."
well, I guess he's good now since it was
Right.
he didn't cross state
Yeah.
lines with it. No, I mean, you still walked around with a gun in the streets when there was a protest going on. Or reckless behavior going on in the street, whatever it may be. Why are you going out policing the area?
Yeah.
One of the sayings that gets on my nerves the most, I'll say right now, I digress.
Oh my gosh.
But I digress.
Okay.
Jess, what else you got?
All right, locally, there is a situation. Police are investigating 2 shooting incidents in Rehoboth Beach. The Delaware State Police are investigating a pair of shootings that happened early Sunday morning. Police say at around 12:06 a.m. they responded to the Pond Bar and Grill for a report of people fighting in the parking lot. Sussex County Emergency Operations Center updated responding troopers that shots had been fired about 2 minutes later. When troopers arrived, they learned that one male victim had been shot, but had already left the scene in a vehicle. That victim reportedly went to BB Medical Center for a gunshot wound to his leg. The wound was considered to be non-life threatening. No other victims were found at the scene. Investigators did find 32 shell casings in the parking lot.
God sakes.
Isn't that wild? 2 vehicles and the front window of the bar had been struck by the gunfire, and a round also struck the second floor of a room at the Comfort Inn that's right next door. Then, at around 12:24 a.m., another call came in for shots fired at the Wawa on Wolf Neck Road. No victims were reported, but several shell casings were found in the parking lot. Now, police say that these 2 shooting incidents could be linked. So that's the first thing. Now, the next thing that happened is the Delaware State Police arrested a long neck man after he shot at troopers in the Potnet's Creekside development. According to the Delaware State Police, they got dispatched to a call at around 8:30 p.m. on Friday from a girl, the girlfriend of 31-year-old Michael Barty. The caller said that Barty had been drinking alcohol. He locked himself in a room with their 9-month-old child, and he had a loaded rifle, and he started putting on body armor. When officers responded to the Crab Alley East, they established a perimeter, and the female caller was able to safely leave the house with the help of police, but he remained inside. He started threatening the police officers, and a shootout happened. All right, so he has now been charged with possession of a deadly weapon during the commission of 4 counts of reckless endangering of the first degree. He was taken, and he has a $600,000 cash bond.
God sakes.
I know. This is unbelievable.
And this is where now?
Story. Yeah,
in
Long
Rehoboth
Neck.
or Long Neck. Long
Yeah.
Neck. Wow.
Millsboro. Yeah.
Where do we live?
What's going on?
6:53. It's a Bill and Jessica show. We're going to go over all the football scores and sports from over the weekend coming up right after 7 o'clock because we got to take a break now, and then we'll go ahead and do that.